Hello ladies, gents, boys and girls, and welcome back to the channel. Today we are back in Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020 and we'll be starting a new series where we'll be going through the requested flight routes by you guys in the comments below. Today's flight will be operating on behalf of Andre J737. They requested for us to fly the Ryanair 737 from Manchester over to Prague. So that's what we're going to do. We're here in the PMDG 737-800 operating as Ryanair 9 uniform with service in the evening from Manchester over to Prague, departing on 23 right and arriving onto the ILS-06. So what we'll do is jump into the flight deck and get everything set up for departure. So, welcome into the flight deck of the 737. We are in not a cold and dark state, but we've got a few things set up as if the plane was left by the other crew for us to take over. So we're going to get the IRSs into the nav position. And we'll get the aft fuel pump on, and we'll get the window heats on now. Fuel pump can come on. Well, not fuel pump, sorry, electric and hydraulic pumps. We'll get packs to auto. We'll plug in our cruising altitude of 350. And we get left flight director, right flight director on. And we'll request boarding via GSX. And we will connect it up. So request the data from SimBrief. And weather here is okay, and weather down in Prague is nice as well. So we'll get the charts set up, and the airport for Manchester and the SID we're going off is that one there, and the star will be the Lomkey 8 Sierra, and the approach is the ILS-06, which is that one there. And we're going to get the airport chart in as well, so we can see where we're going. And the parking stands and other aprons. Oh, no, that's the wrong one. It'll be the parking north and south. Lovely. Okay, so we'll go to pinned. And we'll jump into the FMC. Go pause in it. Next page, left GPS, pop that in. We're at Echo Golf Charlie Charlie today. We'll go route, pop that in. And we'll request our flight plan from SimBrief and only the route we need. So we'll pop the fuel in as well, and with everything, not 6.6, 8.6 is what we're going to need today. And we'll go FMS, and we'll pop the click load, sorry, first. Make sure that's entered in correctly. And I'll activate that. XQ, and we're going off of 23 right. Departure, 23 right. Sana 1 Romeo. Arrivals, ILS-06, Lomka 8 Tango, and we're going to go on the transition via, let me just have a look at my flight plan. Barracks. Init reference, 0 fuel weights plugged in. Reserves we're going to need today to get to our alternate. Let me just have a look at the PFD and do a quick bit of mental math. So we're going to need 3.5 on the reserves, and we're going to need 6 as cost index, and we're going to go 350 as the cruise. Cruise winds are going to be 215 at 24 and execute that. We'll go N1, jump over to the EFB. And we'll pop in 23 right, import, we'll just double check that the weights are correct, which they are, and we'll calculate. And select temperature 50, take off. And we're going flat 5, stab trim of 5.75 and 150, 146 and 144. They're all correct. So we'll plug into the MCP in the speed 150, and we'll go down 5.75 in the trim. That'll do there. Lovely. So we'll get seatbelt sign on. Yaw damper, APU can be started. And we'll go to the fixes. We'll go runway 06 is the runway we'll be landing on. We'll go /4, /10 and /115. And we'll go init reference. Just wait there for a sec. And we'll go onto the charts. And the runway heading for departure is going to be 251. 231, sorry. And the departure from Manchester, max 5,000, a couple of right hand turns. Nothing too bad. Yes, Son 1 Romeo, bit of a tight right hand turn after departure. Do not climb above 5,000. You've got the climb gradients there, and there is no speed restriction, so we'll just go up to our, just do an ADP1, is it, where we'll go 1,000 feet AGL, bug up. Lovely. Well, I believe that's everything, guys, so I'll jump back in a second when GSX is completed boarding and everything's ready for push and start. So welcome back into the flight deck. GSX has completed boarding, but everything's set up for departure now. Just going to request push and start, so we're going to go tail left. We're going to need get the fuel pumps on, beacon light on, packs off, transponder to T8RA and LNAV for departure, and we'll get legs on that page and release parking brake. Away we go. So we'll go engine number 2 to ground. Throw the fuel into number 2, and spar valve will go dim right off. Don't worry about the yokes twitching, that's just a GSX thing. Looks like engine number 2 has started nicely. We'll just wait for the start to cut out. In the middle, fuel pumps on now, and engine number 1 can go to ground. Fuel in 1. Parking brake set. Clear to disconnect. And then start cuts out. So we'll just wait for the red band to disappear. show that the engines have started correctly, and they have. So we'll just wait for GSX to finish the pushback and disconnect the tow. So there goes the Swissport tug, and tow truck disconnected, bypass pin removed, ready to go. Just gotta wait for the bypass pin to be shown. We're just gonna get run over. So we'll go through the overhead flows anyway. Left gen, right gen, tax light on, APU off, start switches continuous. Probe heats on, left pack auto, right pack auto, isolation valve and APU bleed off. We are going to go like that, and flaps to position 5, and the auto brake can go back to RTO. We'll just fix that there. So ready for a flight control check. Full right, neutral, left, neutral, forward, neutral, back, neutral, rudders, left and right. All flight controls are free and correct. We'll blank below a DU, get the runway turn-offs on, and release the parking brake, and let's go flying. So I think we can taxi, not this right, we go next right, straight down, then we have to make another left, join taxiway onto runway 23 right. So this will be our right hand turn here. The scenery you see here is the Aviation-SIM Manchester, and the scenery we get to in Prague, so where we're going, is the Orbeck scenery. This is based off a real route that I looked at. It's actually operated by one of these SP Reg aircraft. I don't know if they're based in Prague or that sort of the world, but it did take off at this time, so it will be dark when we get there. So we get a nice sunset departure, and it will be pitch black when we get to Prague. So yeah, so we're going to taxi on to there, and we'll go full length. Probably don't need full length, but we'll just go full length anyway, because I didn't do the performance from this intersection. I'm assuming Ryanair would probably try it from there. So we'll add a little bit more thrust to get moving. So if you saw my last video of fixing the TCA yoke, I'm using it today. We'll put it to the test and see if it's any good. I have been having trouble with it again though, so I think it might have to be thrown away or sold for parts. But we'll give it a go today, see how it handles. So, lights on. Weird taxiway. Is this where the pub is? I think there's a pub off to the in front of us where that wall is. Yeah, modelled it as well, that's really cool. Yeah, the airport pub, isn't it? I know Airliners Live record here, or the other side of the airport, but there's a viewing pub. That's nice. Yeah, they model that nicely. I'm not a fan of Aviation-SIM really. Their sceneries are a bit basic, a bit bare bones. The performance is pretty nice, but they always have these strange markings, like where they haven't quite taken the like ortho photo out of the ground texture. Got these weird lines. It's just really weird. But anyway, what we'll do for today is we'll line up on the runway. We will spool them up. Timer. Toga. Oh. Toga, there you go. Takeoff thrust is now set. Speed's alive. Indication.
80 knots.
80 knots. What's that forward pressure? There's 100.
V1. Okay.
Well, let's go flying. So pull back slowly, maintaining wings level. Positive rate.
Positive rate.
And gear up. Degrees on the climber. Our nav's engaged past 400, and we're maintaining V2 plus 20 quite nicely. Yeah, the yoke, it feels very funny, it feels very stiff. So bug up. We'll go to 15, which is the up speed. Pitch the nose down, and we'll make that right hand turn. There's flap 1. And we'll bug up to 240, level change. Flaps up. The yoke, it's just broken. It doesn't feel right. Can't explain it. It's like there's, if I go full right and move it, I know you probably say steering response codes, but it's not. It's the problem in the mechanism that pulls the yoke left, twitches left. I'm always fighting with it. I mean, it's lovely to fly with a yoke, but it's just so poorly designed. So we're approaching 5,000 feet. Start descending. Bit sloppy there from me, so we're nicely trimmed out. We get command A on, gear up and off, flaps are up, VNAV, retracts can go back in, taxi light off, start switch is off, logo light off. There's the first right turn, the second right turn, sorry, so we'll just go up to cruise. We're not on VATSIM, so we can have free climb. So we'll do say 350, and we'll just go out to intervene in a second. Just back to the courses first. From heading, sorry. Out to intervene, we've got N1, and VNAV speed. Thrust is building, and now we're climbing. Beautiful. Manchester. So standard, arm pressure. $37,000 now, climbing nicely. Cabin crew can start their in-flight service. Do not need anti-ice to go through this cloud over 10 degrees. Lovely day here in Manchester. So guys, that is pretty much it for the climb-out departure. I'm going to leave you guys with some climb cruise highlights as we go through 10,000 feet, and I'll see you in about an hour and 25 minutes when we start the descent into Prague. Welcome back to the sim. We're descending through 13,900 feet now. ILSs are set up. We've got our landing performance data in the box as well. Weather en route's been really nice, and weather down in Prague is still pretty fantastic as well. Light variable wind, still landing on 0.6 though. Yeah, nothing to report. It's been smooth. The PMDG handling the flight very well as usual. Don't expect anything different. We've gone for flat 30 with an Prague 3, and that should get us off at the exit we want. And we've been in the air for an hour and 33 minutes, so a bit behind schedule. It's probably the departure out of Manchester and these restrictions on route as well that we've had. So I've looked out the weather, and as you can see, it's pretty nice. So we'll go 1025. 123, sorry, we're going to be the speed breakout to help with that. Descent rate 4,000 feet set. So barracks, and then join it at 4,000 feet. The arrival, as you can see, we're going to go to barracks and direct to the ILS 06. Minimums today are 1,402, which are set already. And that white, the orange glow in front of us, Prague, as the city's going to load in shortly. Just dead speed brake. And lights can come on. As we're approaching slowly 10,000 feet. So we're going to try and get off at Bravo, is it, or Delta, which one? And then the parking stand, so off at Bravo, and then the real aeroplane parked at stand 54, which is remote. So off of Bravo, onto Juliet, onto no, Golf, sorry, so it'd be Bravo, onto Golf, onto 54, which is where the real aeroplane parked earlier today. So here's Barracks, we're about to start our left-hand turn. Gone through 10,000 feet now. That left-hand turn. So we're slightly too far out, the airport hasn't quite loaded yet. But you can see that big hue just off to our right hand side in the distance. That is Prague, the big city centre of Prague anyway. So set the heading of 060, so we're lined up with the correct runway. And we're slightly too far out, going through about 7,500 feet in a second. Slightly too far out to get localizer. Oh, there you go, I've just said it. And it's appeared. So we're not going to intercept yet, and as the airport is loading in now, we'll give it a minute. It's too far out to intercept. Put the final approach speed in. 153 is our final approach speed, that'll be. We've gone to the VNAV path and it's giving us a speed of 220 knots to hold. We're flat 1 and we'll go 210 knots. Approach, single channel, ILS. It's giving us a course of 061, which is, it does this in the sim. That's wrong. On the chart it's a 060. So, oh well, it will line us up with the runway. So approach mode activated. Should be going on to the ILS shortly. So 1,000 feet to go until 3,000 or 4,000, sorry. And it shouldn't climb to grab the glide slope, it should just intercept it on its own, but we'll go with that and we'll descend to, not descend, sorry, we'll slow down to 180 knots, and that's flat 5 coming out now, as we've intercepted the glide. Three, 4,000 feet shortly. Go around is 5,000. So we'll set that altitude
2,500.
2,500 foot call out. We're still 8 miles away, so we'll leave it in gear for a little bit. Speed's coming down nicely now. And it's been pretty calm winds all the way down. We've only just got a wind vector trend vector, the winds. It's 6 knots, slight crosswind, nothing too bad. Arm the speed brake, gear down, flat 50, speed to flat 50, tax light arm, rest landing light arm, start switch is continuous, cabin crew advised, front approach speed is there, approaching the 1,000 foot bar. Go flat 30, final approach speed 153 knots, landing checklist is complete.
1,000.
So brilliant, stable by 1,000 flaps at 30 degrees. So let's do some hand flying, shall we, in a second. Let the thrust stable, my aeroplane. firm. And we've corrected that just before minimums. We are stable.
Approaching minimums.
Oh, watch that.
Minimums.
Continue. Speed's pretty bad gone.
100. 50. 30. 20. 10.
Closing thrust levers, hold it there, maintaining centre line. Down we are. Speed brakes are up. Reverses are green. Fly the nose wheel down. Decel. So kick the auto brake off. Manual braking. That was a pretty standard 737 landing, quite happy with that. Taxi off here. Bang on where we wanted to. It's not very often everything goes as I say or planned. That was pretty successful, so get the APU on. Landing lights off, we get the strobes off as well. So try and get these stands on. No, which stand are we going to be on? We'll just park it up here for a second. So 54, but he doesn't say what. Area 6 north. No, it's not on there. No, so they're e-parking. This is it. Next page. No, it's not that one. Ah, there you go, 54. And no, we don't need a car. Then we're going that one. And we'll swing a right here. And GSX is loaded all in. APU's already on, we'll get that on the bus. So we'll start that left-hand turn now. Taxi light can come off, don't want to blind the ground crew. Oh, that was a bit too heavy on the brakes from me then. And we'll call it a day there. So we set the park brake, engine 1, 2 dead, and welcome down to Prague. So guys, welcome down to Prague. Hope you enjoyed that as much as I did. Nice little flight in the PMDG 737. Thank you to Andre J737 for asking or requesting the flight. If you guys want to see your flights featured on the channel in this new series, please don't hesitate to put them in the comments below. I have most sceneries for the sim now, and most aircraft, and I'll try and accommodate where I can. I'll try and get 2 of these videos out a month to start getting through them, as I do have a backlog of about 3 that people have asked for. I hope you've enjoyed today's video. If you did, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you all very soon in the next video.